Hey everyone, so it's February 27th and I finished clearing the lawn for the raised beds. If you're wondering how I did it, I actually used a pick in my hands. So the pick just loosens up the soil, breaks the roots, and you just use your hand and you pull it out. Another thing while I was doing it, you could use a tiller, but it cost about $150 to rinse it. And on top of that, it's like $100 deposit. So I mean, it's like $250, and you can just do it by hand. It's all good. Plus, the tiller actually kills your worm population, because it's just tearing through it. So it ends up just tearing through all the worm colonies and really depleting, their population. So as I was doing it by hand, I actually had a bucket. I'll toss the worms into the bucket. That way I can, spread them out, not in this area, but in the front where the beds are more exposed to elements, where plants will actually be planted in the ground versus in planters. So here's the area. So it's approximately, I think it's 50 feet or 30 feet by 30 feet. I have to measure it. As you can see, I placed this border between the lawn and the area I cleared, the planting area. This is an industrial barrier. It goes in about 6-7 inches deep, so it's really going to help block the grass and any weeds that might want to try to grow under it. It would have to go pretty deep, and by that time, when they try to get that deep, they just give up and they'll just stay on the side that they're on. And here's the weed barrier. Like I said, that was it's very thin wool. It allows water to go through, and it also helps the soil retain more moisture. So if I ever wanted to actually move these planters, the soil underneath it will be very prime, very good soil. So if I ever wanted to move it, and probably won't, because it was a lot of work. And my cat seems to really like it. Let's play with all the wood chips. Okay. So I got 2 small planters. As you can see inside, I also did the weed barrier, but inside it's actually stapled. I did staple it to it. I did about a staple every 3 inches. So if anything grows up from the bottom, has to grow from the bottom up, it can't, it won't be able to push its way through the sides around the barrier. It really has to get through. Same with this one. This is actually a double ply. Just because it's a larger planter, and I would definitely not want grass or any weeds to grow through it. This is going to be the main planter. Once again, this is 10 feet by 5 by 10 by 5. And as you can see, I did the barrier all the way across, all the way around. So this section is no longer touching the lawn, or part of the lawn. I used 6 bags of wood chips. I definitely need a lot more. I would say probably another 6 bags of wood chips. It's funny because I was driving by a place and they were giving away free wood chips, and now I find myself having to buy it just because of timing. If I had this set up earlier, okay, I got those wood chips, but now I gotta pay for them. Yeah, so can't wait. It's going to be an awesome season. Definitely an awesome season. Stay tuned.